What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host for today, Taylor McWatters, and on today's list we'll be looking at some superheroes who at one point became lanterns, because you know, having your own super abilities sometimes just isn't enough to get the job done. I get it. There are many colors of the emotional light spectrum, and with over 7,000 Green Lanterns alone, it's safe to say there are quite a few to choose from. So with that being said, here are the top 10 superheroes you never knew became lanterns. Let's do it. Kicking off the list at number 10. MERA. She was first introduced to readers in 1963 with Aquaman issue 11. MERA was once a queen of Dimension Aqua, but after a criminal named Liron took control of the kingdom, she was exiled. Now, upon fleeing, she met Aquaman and his sidekick Aqualad, but Aquaman and MERA were captured and brought back to Dimension Aqua as prisoners. Not looking too good. So once Aquaman defeated this criminal, MERA opted to instead go with him back to Atlantis, where they would soon become married and reside at the Atlantean Royal Palace. Now, during the events of Blackest Night, MERA was chosen as the deputy for the Red Lantern Corps. Now, the anger and rage that she had felt after the Black Lanterns used Aquaman and brought him back as the Black Lantern made her into a Red Lantern. It was pretty wild. And before we go on to number 9, if you guys could give this video a thumbs up, it really helps us out a lot here at our studio. You're all the best. Thank you so much. Now back to some more superheroes who became lanterns. Let's go. And number 9. Swamp Thing. The avatar of the green, protector of plant life. Alec Holland made his first debut with Swamp Thing issue 1 back in 1972. And after the event of Blackest Night, the next event was, of course, the Brightest Day. So what happened was the Yellow Lantern leader, Sinestro, found the opposing force to the Black Lantern, which was, as you guessed it, the White Lantern. Now, it's the lantern of life. It brought people back to life. And when Alec possessed a White Lantern ring, it was unlike anything else. Since he was already a protector of plant life and a literal avatar of the green, he was able to obtain this power that none before him had ever seen. Of all the heroes to bring back to life, this is a match made in heaven. Number 8. Harold Stark. This next one is too fun not to include. So this comes from the Amalgam comic universe, where Iron Lantern is of course a millionaire who is in charge of Stark Aircraft, and while he was working on a flight simulator, it straight up took off and flew him somewhere else. It ended up crash landing on the ground, injuring Stark, and he realized he was brought to a crashed alien spaceship. The spaceship belonging to none other than Roman Sur, who died before getting a chance to talk to Hal Stark. Now, not being in the best condition after the rocky landing, Hal started working with his newfound tech on a new suit. This Green Lantern upgrade of a suit saved his life for sure, but it also gave him the power to create anything out of green energy. He used a battery that reminded him of a lantern in order to do so. He then went on to fight the aliens that had shot down Roman Sur and continued fighting enemies such as Madame Sapphire and Mandarin Esto. Now imagine if Wade Wilson found that ship instead. It would be quite the ultimate crossover, that's for sure. Number 7. Barry Allen. Making his first debut in Showcase issue 4 back in 1956, Barry Allen, aka The Flash, has been a founding member of the Justice League, and after an experiment gave him super speed, he's been saving the day at blink and you'll miss it speeds. During those same events of Blackest Night, Barry is being targeted by a black ring and is forced to get out of there, get out of Dodge, or else, you know, he'd join the others as a Black Lantern. And in issue 2 of Blackest Night, The Flash, Barry becomes a member of the Blue Lantern Corps and teams up with fellow Blue Lantern Saint Walker in order to save Barry's grandson, Bart Allen. It was epic. Number 6. Batman. Back in 1994, aka the best year ever, comic book fans were delighted when the Elseworld storylines were launched. There was a one-shot that had Bruce Wayne become a Green Lantern, and it was amazing. So Batman in Darkest Night finds Bruce Wayne starting his path as the Caped Crusader when Abin Sur crashes down to Earth, and that ring that once belonged to him has to find a suitable replacement. So it ended up finding Bruce Wayne. He looks great as a lantern. I mean, his skills mixed with the new ability make him arguably unstoppable. Now, Bruce wasn't the only one to acquire a ring, however. The Rogue Lantern Sinestro merged with Joe Chill, the guy who was responsible for the death of Bruce's parents. So the stakes are even higher now, and the punches are even harder. If you haven't checked out Batman in Darkest Night, what are you waiting for? If I haven't sold you here, then I'm afraid I can't sell you. Number 5. Supergirl. Kara Zor-El was 15 years old when her cousin Kal-El was born. She was launched into space right before Krypton's explosion, and she spent 2 decades orbiting Earth's sun while she remained in stasis. When her pod eventually crashed down in Siberia, these giant armed robots started to try and subdue her, and when she fought back, she learned that she had these super abilities. And then when Superman himself showed up, the two had fought as she didn't recognize this stranger or believe believe him about Krypton's dark demise. So off the bat, she's got a lot of rage inside of her, and this rage had a chance to come out and play when she became the Red Daughter of Krypton. Now, as crazy as it may sound, joining the Red Lanterns actually helped Kara get over her anger and isolation issues, and she gained emotional stability from it. 4 issues later, in Red Lanterns 32, Guy Gardner kicked her out for her own safety to prevent her from being taken out by Atrocitus. Number 4, Wonder Woman. When Necron sent out numerous black rings during that Blackest Night storyline, one of those beloved heroes that got it was Wonder Woman. So while she was possessed by this ring, she almost took out MERA. It was nuts. She injured her so badly, but luckily she was able to resist ending her life, and then she fled to a nearby island. Things do brighten up for Diana, because when each of the Lanterns Corps were recruiting a deputy member for 24 hours, a star sapphire ring attached itself to Wonder Woman and knocked the black ring out of here. Yeah, we love replacements. Number 3, Barbara Gordon. The daughter of Commissioner Gordon has had quite the journey in comics, specifically when she was, paralyzed by the Joker. That's a good one. A bad one, rather. Her journey was taken a new height in the Elseworlds comic JLA Created Equal. Barbara was given a Green Lantern ring in the first issue, and this was a pretty epic storyline for this to happen. So a plague had hit Earth and it wiped out the entire male population, with the exception, of course, of Superman and Lex Luthor for, plot reasons. So Wonder Woman and the Amazons are the ones in charge of the planet, seeing as they already knew how to operate in a society of women only. Seeing Barbara become Earth's new Green Lantern was already amazing, but seeing her regain her ability to walk on top of this is just a cherry on top. So nice. Number 2, Atom. Raymond Palmer made his comic book debut in Showcase 34. He grew up studying physics at Ivy University, and when he discovered a white dwarf star fragment that had fallen to Earth, he found out a way to grind lens from this fragment and focus ultraviolet light through it, shrinking whatever was in his way. After using it on himself to save his friends, he took on the identity of the Atom, great name, and started to fight crime. During Blackest Night, Atom became an incredible indigo lantern, and with his new power, he was able to use the emotional energy of others and even use their powers alongside his, which is so sweet. You'd be so small and you'd be so powerful. Who knew? Number 1, Superman. My successor will be absolutely without fear. Find my successor. Those words came from Abin Sur when he landed in his crashed alien spaceship, and with only minutes left to survive, he sent out the Green Lantern ring to find somebody to fit that description. Now, it may come as no surprise that in Action Comics issue 642, an issue titled The Decision, that ring found Clark Kent. There was only one issue with this choice. See, Abin Sur learned about Clark and his true strength when Clark used X-ray visions to shift Abin's body to ease the pain. Now, that's no human from Earth, no way. So after analyzing him, he learns that he's actually from Krypton, and according to Abin, Clark Kent didn't qualify to be his successor because Guardian Law requires a native. Sorry, Superman, don't make the cut. So Superman's memory is wiped, having no clue of the encounter, leaving the ring to find its next host, which is the one that we all know as Hal Jordan. Now, this idea doesn't last too long, as the next issue shows Superman back where he belongs. But if you want to see Superman really rock this Green Lantern ring, you can check out Superman Last Son of Earth, which was also an Elseworlds storyline. That's a lot of fun. Well guys, there you have it. Those are the top 10 superheroes that you never knew became lanterns, and there's plenty more. Now before you head out, let us know in the comments which ring you would pick if you had the choice. Which one would it be? Maybe I just love the color red too much, but I would love to join the Red Corps in a heartbeat. Especially after Supergirl used it to get over all these emotional hurdles in her life while she was kicking ass. Yeah, definitely sold. Absolutely. For sure, Red Lantern. I feel it. Guys, thank you so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. I've been your host, Taylor McWatters, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.